This is Lynn from kathyquilts.com, and I'm really excited to introduce you to the newest quilting frame from the Grace Company, the SR2. This frame replaces the very popular Starlight frame that introduced us to a machine quilting frame that was built like a high-end steel frame but was offered at a low price point. The SR2 quilting frame builds on the strengths of the original frame and now offers several new key features that make this, the SR2, the quilting frame of choice, especially if you don't have room or the money for a 10 or 12 foot king size machine frame. Let's explore this SR2 for just a little bit and help you to understand why it's such a unique and way awesome frame. The first thing that you will notice about the SR2 is that it only has two frame rails. There is a take-up rail and a quilt back rail. Pinning a quilt on your frame works like this. Pin the quilt to the quilt back rail and then to the take-up rail and roll up the slack of your quilt back. This method of pinning a quilt on the frame is called floating the top because the top and the batting are fastened to the quilt back and not pinned to the take-up rail leader. This is the tension clamp for the SR2, and you clip it onto the frame rail after you've installed your quilt. After you have your quilt laid out and it's fastened to the take-up rail, you'll want to smooth it out by stroking the quilt towards you. Once you have the majority of puckers out and it looks good, then you want to put your clamp on. Once you have the clamp on, if you still need a little bit of adjustment with the tension, adjust the quilt take-up rail by moving it a notch or two to get the desired tension. But remember that you don't want to have your quilt top tight as a drum or you'll run into problems. Here the SR2 is set up crib size. The queen extensions come in the box, so when you purchase it you can set it up either size. This frame doesn't have the table inserts installed. Those will be available as an additional accessory. The SR2 is not height adjustable, but it does have some micro adjustments you can do with the feet that will make it so you can have your frame perfectly level. This is a close-up of the clamps that lock your sewing machine into position. The cross brace will hold scissors, pins, bobbins, and also a gooseneck lamp. This is the Gracie laser mounted on the front handle if you're following a pattern that you have laying on your quilt. Mounted in the back when you're following pantograph patterns from the rear of the frame. You'll need the table inserts to have a place to put pantograph patterns, so you'll want to order that with your frame. This is a 9-inch throat machine. You can see that you have extra room in there. You could probably get a 12 or 14-inch head without any problem on the frame. This shows how the encoder fits on the wheel for the stitch regulator. The Grace Sure Stitch will help make quilting a ton easier on your SR2. We are so excited about the new SR2 and how it will help so many people who haven't been able to get into machine quilting that really wanted to. For more information, please visit us at kathyquilts.com. To recap what we've gone over in this video, here are some of the pros and cons. Steel frame construction. Low cost for a steel quilting frame. Very easy to use. Because there's only 2 frame rails, it's a lot easier to pin a quilt on this frame. You get both queen and crib size when you purchase this frame. SR2 quilting frame cons: no included height adjustment, not expandable to king length.